Sports photography is definitely one of my favourite areas of newspaper photography, just because it's down to you capturing what's happening in front of you, and if it can be done in some compositional way, or that showing the movement or the action, or as well as making the most of the available light and conditions, it can be very rewarding. I find that with the newspapers there are quite a few boundaries and certain style that they prefer, but in a way that makes it more interesting because it's something that you can challenge constantly. You can say, I'm going to try something different. 9 times out of 10 it might not work, but it's just for that one time, and it comes out fantastic, and they like it as well. So you're constantly pushing the boundaries of what is traditionally a newspaper photo. This is a photo of an Anzac Day ceremony. We cover these every year, and you're just looking for that relationship between either what is happening and what has happened many years ago, and it's quite hard to capture. This is Christian Anderson's funeral, and it is his wife. He became a celebrity because of his YouTube video for his wife, and I think the hand on the coffin is just a nice gesture of how much he's going to be missed. This is Dick Smith. He rang us because the supermarkets are importing beetroot from overseas, and they sell it for 99 cents a can. And the farmer was having to plough back the whole beetroot crop into the field because he couldn't sell it. And Dick Smith heard about it, and he offered to buy the beetroot off the farmer. But then he found it difficult to sell, so he actually offered to give it away. I was trying to think of ideas of how I could photograph Dick Smith with cans of beetroot. And he said, I'm prepared to do anything for the photo. And I said, fantastic, because I've got this great idea. And the editor went through it, and we ran it quite big on page 3. This is Aboriginal kids from Berrima, I think it is. The kids that perform well at school get the opportunity to go to the beach. For some of them, it's the first time they've ever seen the sea. They're quite unaware of how waves work and how powerful they are. And it was actually a boy, and he was just playing in the waves, and he just got totally bowled over by the wave. And I just think it's fantastic because it shows that, how much they love it, but how much they're unaware of the environment. I was just driving back from a job, and I noticed the moon over the Narrabeen Lakes, and I quickly pulled over and just sort of looking. I'm always looking for that human element to a photo, and just the girl had the stick, and she was just jumping. Just quite a nice natural moment, and rather than just a photo of the moon, it's sort of engaging with people and their environment. Well, this guy was going to the International Jousting Championships in England, and we just thought, what a great opportunity to get a photo down at the beach. Just the contrast of a man in full armour, from the medieval period, which basically didn't even exist in Australia. The contrast of the jouster and the surfer and the beach. I just wanted to be sort of casual, hanging out and manly, and he did that quite well. If your photos aren't good enough, you're not close enough. I still believe that, and I just try and get as close as I can. When you're out there photographing sport in particular, I think there's a bit of anticipation of what could happen, and keeping the camera honed in on the action and waiting for those right moments. There's a chance that nothing would happen, or there's a chance that something amazing will happen. But unless you're looking through the camera at where the action is, you're probably not going to capture it. The boy in this photo, he had a rare cancer that was eating away inside his eye. I think I just wanted him to be himself. I didn't ask him to do anything that was uncomfortable. I just wanted him to look at me and just just to show how he was and what he had been through. It's quite confronting in a way, but I think that had to be done just to make people, look at the photo and ask, well, what is the story with the photo? Because I think at the end of the day, you're trying to make people have a look and read what the story is about and how it will affect their lives or the people around them. And so I think that's what we're trying to do.